you swit!
Can't you hear it? The song, it's all wrong. We have to fix it.
Bah. Fresh air's not going to do the trick, boss. Whatever's down there has still got a grip on him.
Well, it's about damn time. You daffy House Redoran types have... Wait, you're not House Redoran? Ah, should have known better. You'd best move on, stranger. This mine's cursed. It'll snatch you up just like poor Thogbruth if you aren't careful. Sorry for growling and moping. We've just been waiting for these damned Redoran surveyors so long. Kind of lost hope, you know? My egg hands are in buckets of trouble. Some strange noise is turning their brains to pudding, driving the Quama mad too. It's put a hex on them. They won't budge. They just pace and hum and blubber like idiots. Practically had to beat Thogbruth senseless to drag him out here. Oh, something in that noise, that song. It's got them by the beards and won't let go. Maris, mercy. Thank you, friend. I'm supposed to wait until the Redoran surveyors show up. But to Sovngarde with that. I want my people home safe. Do what you need to do, but don't stay in there long. I don't want that song to claim you too. Well, it's barely a song. It's just a mash of notes, you know? It crawls up behind your eyeballs and makes you dizzy, paranoid. I've been working in these mines for years, and I've never heard the like. Might have something to do with all the quakes. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but Red Mountain's been pretty ornery lately. We've been dealing with minor cave-ins for weeks. Could be that one of those tremors uncovered something it shouldn't have.
The song is calling! You hear it, don't you? I can see it behind your eyes. Swimming in there. Can you see the melody? The harmony? please, you have to see it. A song. The song. Do you see how it shimmers? Do you see its tones, its colors? It should help make things clear, make things whole, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It has to be fixed. Open your ears. You have to find it, the melody. It's shattered and hidden, you see? Tucked away in the noise, but it's there. It has to be. It has to be.
It's not time yet. It should be quiet. It should be sleeping. Damn groundquakes. Must have been. Must have been! What are you? No! I can't leave. Not yet. I tried to follow the foreman. I did. But it won't let me. Not until everything is as it should be. Not until everything is perfect. Yes! Yes! The song! You've heard it. I can tell. It should be quiet. It isn't ready. It isn't perfect. But someone interfered. The ground shook and... oh, the meddling! They broke it! They ruined it! Yes, yes, but not one of us. No, it's a tinkerer, a meddler, poking around and breaking things, soiling them. He has to be punished, yes! The song has to be pure, has to be perfect. If not, the consequences... oh, the consequences!
Dead and gone just like the rest. The song made it happen. Made them do it. Quama, Breton, Queen, Egghand, all the same. All just meat. They killed her. Killed their own queen. Do you see what it does? What it's doing? Broken. All broken. Just the mind for now. But soon, everywhere. It's spun out of control. Can't you feel it? It echoes and grows. Echoes and grows. Soon it'll be too loud for the mind to contain. Everyone will hear it. Everyone. And then... no! We have to fix it. Has to be fixed. Has to be perfect.
I really thought I had it that time. Curse you, you buzzing hunk of junk! This is spite, isn't it? I'm sorry I broke you, all right? Oh, I should never have touched this damn thing. Stupid Revis. Just have to tinker with everything, don't you? Ugh. Ah, gracious! You nearly gave me a heart attack. You're a Redoran enforcer, are you? Look, I'm near to fixing this thing, I promise. Wait, How are you not a mumbling imbecile? Don't bother answering. I can't hear a thing. Ears are plugged, see? Civilized? Oh dear, you're just as mad as the others, aren't you? Look, try to focus. This resonator is broken. I need to set these dials to the correct sequence, but I can't hear the tones. Are you aware of any sequence it could be set to? Just nod. Well, that's disappointing. But, random tinkering is the mother of invention, right? I need you to turn the dials until you think they're in the right position. Then pull that lever. Anything you might have heard or seen could help. I believe in you. That didn't work, but keep trying. There are only 1,024 possible combinations after all. We'll have it in no time. Something's happening. I think you got it. Yes, that's it. It's working. I hope.
What happened? Come on, let's get out of here.
Ha! See? Everything worked out. I have a small camp set outside of this room. We can talk there. The hero of the hour. You have my deepest thanks and most heartfelt compliments. The fact that you fixed it in your clearly addled condition. Exemplary work. Just exemplary. Seems like it's quieted down. I do hope it stays that way. I can offer little more than a guess. When you corrected the melody, the resonator returned to a dormant state. Some kind of slumbering function to conserve energy, maybe. What matters is that it's quieted down. Thank goodness. Oh dear, I hope so. Their exposure was fairly limited. If they had remained for another day, though, difficult to say. Please, let the foreman know how truly sorry I am. If there's anything I could do to help, feel free to call on me at my tower. I do wish I could have done a more thorough study of the resonator. What do you think they would do with such a device? Enslavement, perhaps? No, not enslavement. That's too obvious. Please, after all you've done, I'd say you're entitled to ask me several somethings. A dwarven resonator. A tonal amplification device meant to alter thought patterns. That's my hypothesis, anyway. The tones clearly have a powerful effect on the brain. To the dwarves, though, it might have sounded like a lovely song and nothing more. Well, not slavery in the conventional sense. The tone wouldn't compel the listeners to work so much as it would make working a source of profound pleasure. So the workers would be eager to work, you see? They might have even paid for the privilege. Well, again, slavery is a clumsy description. It's more like a transaction. Labor in exchange for brief, pleasurable sensations. Much like the skooma trade. I guess that's not much better than slavery, is it? Of course, this is all just conjecture. I hail from House Telvanni, a house obsessed with magical antiquity. We suffer from a peculiar need to tinker with, well, everything. I won't make excuses. I knew there were risks, but honestly had no idea that the miners would be exposed. Of course not. I've spent years surveying this ruin. I took so many precautions. Unfortunately, when I engaged the resonator, there were a number of minor tremors. They breached the wall between the ruin and the mine. The rest is tragic history. Yes, several days in fact. I erected a series of oral wards to protect myself from the resonator's effects, but I could tell I was slipping. Another few days and I'd have been as mad as those egg hands. I had to get creative. Yes, the wondrous power of Kwama wax. Given a few minutes of heat exposure, it hardens and expands. Great for plugging leaks, mending furniture, and protecting you from ancient dwarven brain scramblers. First-rate stuff.
You did it! My egg hands started stumbling out of the mine a few minutes ago. They've got some bumps and scrapes and more than a few headaches, but otherwise no worse for the wear. What happened down there? A dwarven what? How did... I've worked those mines for years, and I've never seen a scrap of dwarf mischief. Where is this snow-backed dark elf? It was that Telvanni skeever Revis, wasn't it? Huh. More Telvanni trickery. And to think I'd almost warmed to that little dolt. Ugh. Enough grumbling. I'm just grateful that my people are alive and safe. It's only because of you, friend. I'll raise a bottle of mead to you every night, from now until world's end. Please, take this. You've more than earned it for what you've done. With a couple of days' rest and a few stiff drinks, we'll be up and running again. I guess I should go check on the Queen at some point. She's probably a nervous wreck. Always been a little skittish, that one. What? No, that can't be. The Queen's the heart of the mine. We mine eggs for Mara's sake. Can't very well run an egg mine without eggs, can you? I'm sorry. It's been a rough few days. It was that damned dwarf magic, wasn't it? Revis, I want you to find that scrawny little wizard and tell him the bills come due. He wants to help? Well, now's the hawking time. If he doesn't fix this, we'll sick the Redoran on him. He doesn't want that, believe me. Revis lives just north of here. You'll see a tangle of old rope bridges and rocks. Kine only knows what that wizard does out there. Make sure you really lay into him, huh? I'd do it myself, but I've got to take care of this lot. Ah, of course not. Too busy praying and hollowing out bugs, no doubt. But make no mistake. If they find out a Talvani mage has been poking around in their territory, they'll come down on this place like a Dawnstar Gale. That's a question for Revis. Frankly, I don't give a damn how he fixes it. He just needs to fix it. Tell him to use some of that Talvani magic to conjure up a queen or something. Wait, that's a terrible idea. It'll probably end up eating us. Then it'll fall to the houses to sort this mess out. Of course, they'll probably be too busy posturing and politicking to help us. It'll be the egg hands that suffer most. You can count on that.
Another one missing. Why, there are 3. How many eggs did they take? Ah, hello again, my friend. All's well and nicest, yes? I heard the bustle of the town when I returned home. It would seem our work in the mine was a success. What a relief. You care to join me for... Wait, what are you doing all the way out here? Oh dear, that is a problem. Damnable resonator. That is the last time I randomly flipped switches on an ancient dwarven machine. Never let it be said that Revis Demnavani shirks his responsibilities. I'll fix this. You have my word. Well, in addition to being a Dwemer scholar, I'm a compulsive egg collector. What? I have diverse interests. Anyway, I happen to possess a Royal Quama egg. Or at least I did. It seems that some cliff striders stole it from my hatchery. Tucked away in one of the beast's roosts, I suspect. I'm not sure which one, though. Find as many cliffstrider egg heaps as you can, then mark them with this divining stone. I'll jot down their locations and prepare them for transport. You shouldn't have any difficulty finding the egg heaps. Just look for giant piles of hardened mud and feces. Did I mention that feces would be involved? No? Well, there will be feces. Loads of it. Ah, well, it only appears unguarded. I erected a series of powerful wards before I set out to discover the resonator. Unfortunately, I was down there for a very long time. These wards don't last forever, you know. Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. I've never been interested in the brutes. They steal all sorts of things. Guars, furniture, spare keys. They pack them in mud and feces along with their own eggs. Puzzling, truly. I guess it's possible. Like I said, cliff striders are very odd and unpredictable. All the more reason to find the egg quickly. Excellent work finding those egg heaps. Really, first rate. Now comes the real challenge. The mud slurry encasing the eggs is hard as obsidian. There's really no way to tell which heap contains the royal egg until we crack open the casing. Simple. We bring them all with us. I'm confident at least one of these heaps contains the royal egg. Of course, there's the other matter of getting the eggs out without breaking them, but, you know, that's something we can figure out when we get to town. Oh, don't worry so much. I mean, you managed to disable an ancient dwarven resonator with 0 training. Extracting an egg from a pile of dung should be a walk among the daisies for you, right? This is going to work. Just you wait and see.
Until your house shows up, we have no other options. I'm willing to give anything a try at this point.
You'd welcome that Telvanni schemer into town after all he's done? You truly are a fool, Lothar. To oblivion with the lot of you.
Please tell me you have good news. I don't think I've got the stamina for another disaster. What did Revis say? Can he help us or not? A royal egg? The Telvanni had a Quama queen just lying around? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. This might actually work. It would take an army to shove a full-grown queen through that mine. But an egg? We've got a real chance here. Of course, always a catch. Whatever you need to do to break that egg out, you do it. But I'm gonna make damn sure he knows we're watching.
Sorry for the delay. Getting the eggs down here was trickier than I thought. Greetings, Foreman.
Enough with the apologies, Revis. Our mutual friend told me everything. Where are these egg heaps?
Oh, yes, I'll put them down by the dock. Should make the cleanup a bit less onerous. Feel free to go down there and inspect them. I'll just need a moment before we begin.
This better work. You've got a lot riding on this. So do you.
Lothar's gone, right? Good. I have news of the unpleasant variety. Based on the looks of the egg heaps, I'd say our royal egg is near to hatching. If the queen emerges before we put her in the mine, the workers will reject her. Our misadventures in the mine gave me an idea. Quama seem particularly susceptible to tonal magic, and tonal magic is simply the creative manipulation of sound. I propose we sing our young queen a lullaby. What? No. Simple music and a dash of magic should do. We just need a bard. Preferably one that puts people to sleep. I can amplify the tones through magic to make a soothing, enchanted melody. It's brilliant. Yes, and what's more, I know a bard who can do it. Vigard the Sparrow. He's a talentless hack, but he's proven very adept at putting audiences to sleep. Word around town is that he's headed south. Track him down and tell him I sent you. That should be enough.
The hero approaches, a warrior without peer. Alas, all my gold was squandered on beer. The hero is selfless, the hero is kind. The hero won't kill me and rob me blind. I hope. I'm sorry. I always sing when I'm nervous. But I don't have any reason to worry now, right? No reason to quake and shiver with fright. Nisus? Those dirty miners don't understand my craft. Practically tossed me out on my ear the last time I visited. Rivas has always been kind to me, though. Very well, I'll meet you there. An impromptu performance for a Telvanni mage. Very exciting.
Even if
There you are.
destroyed
Are you a
those
party
shipments,
to this
I'm
ridiculous
sure the
plan?
tribunal would have stopped the plague before it reached Mournhold.
We're paying some bard to sing to dung piles now? To soothe the royal egg with the power of music? Are you all deranged? This sounds like something out of a children's story. How is Lothar falling for this? It's clearly part of Revis's evil plan. Yes, we report this latest disaster to House Redoran, and they force House Telvanni to pay for our losses. While they're at it, they can provide us with another Quama Queen. A simple solution for a simple problem. That's beside the point. The house is very busy, dealing with some pressing threat to all of Vardenfell, no doubt. They'll be here any moment. I can feel it. The foreman wants to see you. He's down with everyone else at the docks preparing for this latest farce. While you are all playing your games, I'll be giving my report to House Redoran. They should be along any minute now.
There's my favorite hero. Everything is prepared. If you're ready, we can get started. Remember what I told you, Vigard? The sound of your voice should help soothe the Queen. Just sing from the heart.
I will, Rivas. Settle in, everyone. I've written a song for just this occasion. I think you'll enjoy it. Oh, Quama, sweet Quama, don't you wanna be a mama?
Something's happening. I think... Oh no. What is that?
Oh, look at that. It's just a baby.
Oh no! Something's wrong! Everybody run!
Try breaking free!
That was your last chance, Revis. To Sovngarde with you and your schemes.
Finally, your treachery is revealed. Don't try to run, Telvanni scum. Your house will know of your part in this.
Manor is right. The resonator activating, the Queen getting killed, that poor Bard losing his life. It's all my fault. I deserve everything that's coming to me. More like quarantining myself. I'm a natural disaster masquerading as a person. If I just sit here quietly, no one else will get hurt. Besides, we're out of options. Other than breaking into the mine and planting the egg in the nursery, of course. You know? Fetch it. You're right. I'm the one who got the miners into this mess, and I'm going to damn well be the one who gets them out. It will be dangerous, though. Planting things in Quama mines always carries risk. I knew I could count on you. Head to the mines and look for the nursery. I'll retrieve the royal egg and meet you there. Once we plant the egg, the workers will almost certainly attack. You'll have to fend them off until the Queen emerges. Thank goodness you're here. We have to hurry. Our little queen-to-be is stirring. No time for pleasantries. Yes. And soon. We need to get Her Majesty inside the nursery before that happens. If the Queen doesn't take on the scent of the colony, the workers will reject her. So yes, urgency. Yes, exactly that. Quama workers produce a pheromone unique to their colony. Unfortunately, these colonies often compete over resources, making them natural enemies. Hence the infanticide. Now, if you don't mind, this egg is getting very heavy. After you. Once this is down, the other Quama are going to try and stop it from hatching. Make sure it does. Once they see it's a queen, they'll leave it alone. I'll head outside to ensure no one comes in before you're done. Good luck.
Damn it, Manor. Are these Redoran Oathmen ever going to arrive? Where are they?
They'll be here soon. The chance to punish this treacherous Telvanni is too good to pass up. House Redoran is going to make your house pay dearly, Revis.
I temper your expectations. I'm Telvanni, true, but my relationship with the Council is distant at best. I doubt it will mean as much as you think.
I was wondering where you'd gotten off to. Thought you might have moved on. I certainly wouldn't blame you. Between Manor and this owl-brained Telvanni, I'm about ready to head back to Skyrim myself. How are things in the mine? What? You're not joking, are you? I mean, I'm grateful if that's the truth, but how? So, Revis wasn't trying to destroy us after all. He's still got a lot of explaining to do, but for what it's worth, I'm happy I was wrong about him. Oh gods, what a day! I've had enough excitement for 10 lifetimes. I'm just anxious to get back to work. Here, take this. Without you, we'd still be dragging half-mad miners out of there. It'll take some time to get the mine up and running, but with a new queen, I bet we'll be even more prosperous than before. Thanks, friend, and safe travels. Revis, our friend here told me what you did. I'm still madder than a shaved cave bear, but you're free to go.
What?
Excuse me?
You got us a queen. Don't get me wrong, I don't want you mending my clothes or making my food. I'd probably wind up naked and poisoned. But you did what you said you'd do. That's good enough for me.
Have you lost your mind? This miscreant can't be allowed to leave. House Redwin will hear of this. I'll report you too. I'll report this whole fetching town.
I'd be worried if I thought Manor's word counted for anything. Stay out of trouble, Revis. I mean it.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that. I thought the foreman was going to strangle me with his belt, but now we part company as friends. Remarkable. I owe it all to you. Without your help, my head would be decorating some Redoran's parlor. I'm at a loss. Help with the mine, of course, provided Luthdar lets me. I have to learn to fix my mistakes, or better yet, to not make them in the first place. I suspect the miners are still suffering from the resonator's effects. I'm sure I could brew a remedy. I'm getting the impression that Manor's threats don't count for much without the foreman's support. I doubt I have much to worry about. Thank you again. If you ever need another rare egg or need something broken, feel free to call on me, all right?
I met you.
You there. Keep your head down and come here.
Hope you're not looking for passage off the island. The crew's on shore leave, see? The permanent kind. Probably tripped over a few of them on the way in. Poor bastards. Ugly business. A deal gone bad. I work for an orc boss named Kartag. We're ropefish. People smugglers. Slaves pay us out the arse for a trip to the mainland. When the Kamana Tong found out, they wanted in. Kartag told them to tusk off. Yeah. Came down on us like an arse-branded ogre. We gave as good as we got. It wasn't enough. Kartag and a few slaves fled to the cavern. Kamana gangsters right behind. Without help, they're as good as dead. Don't suppose you're the heroic type? Oh, good on you for doing this, mate. Kartag's an idiot, but he doesn't deserve what the Kamana Tong will do to him. Like I said, he went in with some slaves. Mabkur, Jari Ito, and Wiwaska. You should drag them out too. He should have made a deal. What kind of rock-headed dunce tell the Kamana Tong to eat their own small clothes? These aren't common hoods. The Tong will feed you to the slaughterfish for a hard glance, let alone insulting their mothers. Moloch knows. I mean, the Tong did have some ideas Kartag wasn't wild about. Upping the prices, chaining up the slaves en route, packing them into smaller ferries. Kartag refused to even consider it. Great time to develop a conscience, eh? Maybe. You'll have to ask him, provided he's not dead already. Kartag's a hard orc to know. I always thought he was a stone-hearted businessman, but then some horker out in the rift told me he was a big-time Covenant hero, so what do I know? It's a syndicate. A crime family. Everyone hosts them, from Tudreg Hood on up to House Counselor. If they put their thumb on a scale, you look away. If they tell you to pick something up, you snatch it up quick and thank them for the privilege. Trust me, dangerous is an understatement. I'd kick Maroon's Dagon in the rocks before I'd talk back to the Kamana Tong. I played dead. Performance of a lifetime, if you ask me. Well, I guess those acting lessons weren't so useless after all. My mother wanted to make sure I was well-rounded. I play a mean flute, too. Wait, why are we talking about this?
Please, Sarah, do not hurt me. Wait, who are you? You do not serve the Kamana Tong. Thank the Hist. You must help me escape. 2 others as well. If those Kamana thugs find us, they will flay us alive. Yes, I think so. Did you find Mobker? Jari? The Kamana Tong were right on top of us. Jari fled one way. Mobker and I stayed close, but he slipped. I left him there. I knew it. I should never have left him. I can still see the look in his eyes. The terror. Hist, forgive me. I will. Thank you, friend. May Sithis guide your steps.
Killed by a damned elf. What a way to go. Well, what are you gawking at, runt? You gonna finish me off or what? Looks like you came up short. It's poison, see? Dirty little shrimp douchey couldn't take me straight up. Had to poke me with a poisoned blade. Typical. Did the others escape? Jari and that lot? Moloch, I don't know. Maybe I didn't like the way they asked. Look, I'm no saint. Done a lot of things I ain't proud of. But I'll be damned if some tuskless thugs gonna make life even worse for these slaves. They've been through enough. You do that. You...
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant homages.
Thank you, stranger. I was near to slitting my own wrists. If it's to be slavery or suicide, I'll take suicide. Difficult to say. Slaves are a valuable commodity. I suspect they would either kill us outright, or sell us back to our previous masters. The sum we paid to Kartag was meager. Too meager for the Kimona Tong, anyway. They will not take us home. Far less than he deserved. A turtle heart beats in Kartag's chest. Hard on the outside, but soft on the inside, you see? I hope he has not come to harm. Slave? Do you not mean slaves? Mobkir and Wiwaska escaped, didn't they? Mobkir is dead? But he was alive when I know you did all you could. Thank you, friend. Hist, watch over you.
There you are. I heard about Mabkir. Damn shame. Where's Kartag? Dragging arse as usual. He's dead. Damn. At least he died knowing you'd rescued this lot. I'll keep smuggling slaves out of Vardenfell, sure. And I'll make sure they know why, too. Take this. Kartag would want you to have it. Good luck on the road, friend. One more day, that is all I ask. Lane and Menwendel must have a plan to save this place. You mean to spend some time in Voss? I wouldn't linger if I were you. You don't have scales or fur, so you should be safe for a time. But if Savaric and his lackeys smell a whiff of danger on you, they'll put a knife in your back by supper time. The new wizard magistrate. When Mistress Dratha fell ill, House Telvanni put Savaric in charge of Voss. It was all honey and orchids for a time, but not anymore. The people are desperate for Dratha to return. I'm beginning to lose hope. Openly? No. Some work against him in secret, but he sicks his black snail mercenaries on anyone who opposes him publicly. Don't believe me? Ask him yourself. He covets Telmora Tower, but until Dratha dies, he holds court in the Gathering House. Keep your wits around Savaric. He's slippery as a slaughterfish, and twice as deadly. He's a member of House Telvanni, like Mistress Dratha. Mistress Dratha is powerful but reclusive. Savaric's a little more ambitious. Technically, yes. Luckily, Mistress Dratha's mouth, Lane Sadri, has been working against him in secret. We're lucky to have her. Savaric can sniff out a conspiracy like a Nixox sniffs out truffles. Without Lane, we'd probably be dead already. She's one of the oldest, most powerful Telvanni counselors and the ruler of nearby Telmora, the great fungal tower just across the river. She ruled Voss and lands beyond until she fell ill. Some people think it's just old age. I'm not so sure. 1,000 times yes. Our mistress has a mixed reputation. Outsiders often say she is cold and calculating. That may be, but I don't mind. She cares for us from a distance, intervening only when necessary. She respects our freedom. We pray for her recovery every day. If Dratha dies, I fear that Voss will die with her.
I do hope you'll forgive my candor, but I must ask, what brings a bumbling outlander to my gathering house? Do you fancy yourself a Telvanni mage? No, I think not. You may take your leave. Immediately. Ah, I see the Noir is well informed. If you know that I am Savaric, you must also know that I rule Voss as its wizard magistrate. Do you bring me some petition, or is this just a social visit? Have a care how you speak, Outlander. It is true that certain of Voss's citizens have struggled during this period of transition, but I'm hardly to blame. They've taken Dratha's illness very hard. It's led to idleness and crude insubordination. Someone has to. Dratha's mouth, Lane Sardry, refuses to assist me. She just lurks by her mistress's bedside in Tel Mora, scheming and fomenting unrest. People in crisis require a firm hand. If that offends your gentle sensibilities, move on.
I'll check in on her again in the morning. For now, just get some rest, eh? You look awful.
Yes, thank you, Manuel. And please let me know straight away if you make any progress on a cure.
Of course. And I meant what I said. Sleep, Lane.
Yes, yes. And who might you be? It takes some pluck to enter a Telvanni tower uninvited. Impressive. I'm Lane Sardry, mouth to the glorious Mistress Dratha. What is it you want, Outlander? The situation? The catastrophe, more like. Savarak and his black snail mercenaries are strangling the life out of that town. I do what I can, but Savarak has the support of the Council. My hands are firmly tied. You, on the other hand... Savarak won the support of the Council shortly after my mistress fell ill. I've always known him to be clever and enterprising, but all this wealth and muscle, that's new. Despots rule with swords and coin. Savarak has an abundance of both. I don't, but I think we can find some answers in Savarak's manse. He's turned the old Berino house into a palace and a fortress. If you break in and find some evidence of corruption, I might be able to turn the Council against him. This can't possibly be the first time someone's asked you to snoop through a wizard's manse. Just look for anything that seems out of place. Official documents often provide clues on this sort of thing. Letters too. You'll know it when you see it. I wish I knew. Our resident herbalist, Menwendel, has been developing on a variety of cures. She's capable, brilliant even, but my confidence wanes. We know the illness deadens the mind and causes rigors in the limbs, but beyond that, we're stumped. You're back? I admit I didn't expect you to return. Forgive me. It's hard to know who to trust these days. It seems you actually do mean to help us. Did you find anything? Honestly, what kind of idiot leaves this many documents lying about? Still nothing about my mistress's illness. Damn. Well, what do we know? House Talalu is bankrolling Savarak's operation. His wealth and mercenaries arrive via Selville Island. Right, with someone named Narandus, yes? The Halalu's hatchet man here in Voss, no doubt. If they're using passphrases, they must not know each other by name or by face. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Exactly. Find Narandus near the wharf and use this passphrase. I'll have the few house guards still loyal to Mistress Dratha make sure no one approaches. We don't want the real contact to muck things up. Learn what you can, then make a swift exit.
It's about fetching time. Well? But the stench remains. You Telvanni servants. Late. Always late. Our plot to kill Dratha proceeds at a snail's pace. I blame myself, in part. Tel Mora's fungal growth has proven to be more resilient to the toxin than I expected. Of course we are! To release lethal spores! What moon sugar cart did they drag you out of? I'm near to finishing the new toxin, but I need to know the current status of the infection. Examine the deceased nodule at the tower's base and report back.
The Shalmot, lurking, waiting. Curses beneath the mountain. Hear me, incarnate. Hear me.
You still have your head on your shoulders, so it can't have gone all that poorly. Did you manage to learn anything? What? Those fetching bastards! The answer was right here the whole time. Mistress, forgive me. Look, I'm no slouch when it comes to magic, but fungal infections are well outside my area of expertise. You'll have to find Manuel, our herbalist. She established a small nursery beside the tower. With any luck, she'll be there. If not, ask her assistant Grey Skies. Please don't dawdle. I'm not sure how much longer my mistress can hold on. I'll contact the Telvanni Council immediately. I'm sure they'll love to hear about Savarek's tawdry affair with those gold pinchers in House Halalu. If I know the Council, and I do, Savarek will be feeding the shroom beetles by week's end. Indeed, the citizens of Vos will be free to go about their lives in peace. Although for Vos to truly flourish, we must also restore my Mistress Drotha to proper health. From the looks of things, she doesn't have much time.
Is someone there? Please, help me. Down here. It's you. Hist be praised. Savarek set those black snail thugs on us. A half-dozen of them. I tried to... Sorry, just... let me catch my breath. They took her. She didn't make it easy. Bit one of their ears off and broke a flask over another one's face. But in the end, they were just too much for her. The leader kept shouting not to kill her. Said someone named Narandas needed her alive. I heard one of them mention a hideout along the coast. There are a few old pirate dens south of here. Maybe they've claimed one. Manuel knows more about the fungal towers than anyone. Hist only knows what they have planned for her.
That, you imp-faced brute! I have moldy bread and I'm not afraid to use it! Wait, I've seen you before. Oh, sorry about the imp-face thing. Your face is really quite... I don't know. Never mind. I'm glad you're here. I was just preparing to make my escape. Should be a lot easier now. Why are you here anyway? Did Grey Sky send you? Well, that's gross. Looks like it was stitched to the lowest stalk. But these striae... Oh no, it's the spores! The growth fence spores into the tower that... Never mind. I think I can help Drotha, but I need a sample of the toxin they used. Narandas is hiding in here somewhere. If you deal with him, these brutes will scatter like roaches under a lantern. Now, I can make it back to Vos on my own. You give these bastards a good drubbing, find that toxin, and meet me back at Tel Mora.
All right, don't cry for money.
Meddler! Imposter! You won't leave this cavern alive!
There you are! I gave Mistress Drotha some chokeweed bitters to slow the effect of the spores, but this is like binding a troll's hands with fishing twine. Did you bring the toxin sample I asked for? I can't brew an antidote without it. Perfect! I'll get to work on this right away. Oh, one other thing. Lane took off toward Vos with a handful of guardsmen. I think they mean to arrest that Gual's ass, Savarek. She might need your help. If you find that oaf, give him a good kick in the nethers for me. Ifra knows how long it's going to take me to clean up my nursery.
Savarek's gone! Damn that slippery bastard! We tossed his manse, the gathering house, the wharf. We turned the whole damn town upside down and nothing! He can't have just vanished! What did we miss? Of course, his black snail mercenaries have been resupplying there. That must be where he's headed. Selville Island is just east of the tower. If he manages to get away, I'll never forgive myself. It will take me too long to gather up all the town guards. I need you to go after him. Please, Sarah, make sure he doesn't board that ship.
You meddlesome prat! Dratha may survive, but I'll make sure you won't.
You're back. My mistress and I fared the worst. Is it over? Is Savarik slain? What a relief. With Mistress Drotha's approval, I'll send runners to nearby towns and let the people know it's safe to return. Thank you, my friend. Truly. Take this, and I believe my Mistress Drotha would like a proper word as well.
That likes a quick study.
This is the warrior I told you about. The one that exposed the Halali plot and struck down Savarik.
Let me get a better look at you. Your eyes are wrong, but your palms seem clean enough. I have a task for you. If you succeed, you'll earn the favor of a Telvanni counselor and a treasure from my vault. Is this agreeable? In all my long years, the thought of death has rarely troubled me. But thanks to Savarik, I've gained new perspective. My illness took me to the brink of the void, the tip of the scythe. Someday I may welcome death, but for now, steps must be taken. I find that people lead much happier lives when they don't trouble themselves with details. Now, Vardenfell is littered with Daedric shrines. 7 of these shrines contain powerful, magicked stones. You must find these stones and bring them to me. The task I've set before you won't be easy. These shrines lie near and far. Some are little more than piles of brickwork, while others extend deep underground. Even so, I'm confident you'll find what I'm looking for. The stones of cold fire. So you're a scholar as well. I certainly wouldn't have predicted that. Before the tribunal showed up, we Dunmer worshipped the Daedra. They raised no small amount of havoc, but they also left us valuable gifts. Gifts like the stones. Nothing until they rest side by side. If a mage manages to wake all 7, well, let's just say their powers of persuasion are put to the test. Of course not. Why should I be? The powers of Oblivion hold no great mysteries for mages like me, and House Telvanni has no time for folklore and childish superstitions. What's the point of power left unclaimed? Plans? No, of course not. I'll leave them to their business just as I always have. I'm sure they did. You'd like an explanation, wouldn't you? Fine. You want to earn people's love. Here's the secret. Just leave them alone. Treat them like adults, even when they act like children. The rest takes care of itself. Yes. Believe me, it's a rare and wonderful thing to live under the protection of a disinterested ruler. Self-determination. It'll be all the rage in a millennium or 2, I guarantee it. Now, are we finished? I need those stones. Looks like the Daedra certainly put you through your paces. How did you fare? Do you have the stones I asked for? So you're a scholar as well. Nothing until... Of course not. Good. My dear Lane chooses her allies well. I'll prepare the stones, but one other task remains. You might be equal to the challenge. I must call on a particularly shrewd Remora named Zykanaz. He refuses all summons, so we'll have to use less pleasant means of negotiation. I'll send you to his home plane. Go there, weaken him, and I'll draw you both back to Nirn. Surely an adventurer of your stature isn't frightened of a single Dremora. Summoning Daedra is no more dangerous than taming bears, and even the dull-witted orcs can do that. It's quite safe. I'll send it away as soon as our business is concluded. I hope you'll keep those deliberations brief. I'm opening the path now. When you stand ready to face Zykanaz, simply enter the portal. And don't worry, I'll make sure you have a way back on the other side. I always keep my promises. The ritual allows me to speak to you through the veil, so keep your mind open when you reach the other side. Or as open as you can manage. Mor Molag Kanashanta Del Norgandra Abagayanye. It's done. Trounce that unruly Dremora, and the reward I promised is yours. Hear the rattling of chains. You've arrived. Strike down Zykanaz, then hurry back to the portal.
It is so dead. Your soul is forfeit, summoner.
His will is spent. Quickly return to Tel Mora. Well done. I envy your youth. I might have found some way to rob or deceive a weakened benefactor, but not you. It's just on to the next adventure. Vibrance and integrity. What a curious combination. Spare me your incredulity, Outlander. Not a word I told you was a lie. I simply didn't care to divulge all that I could have. Truly, it's baffling you didn't suspect this from the start. Why else summon a Daedra if not to make a bargain? I truly fail to see how it is any of your concern, but I suppose you have done me a favor. To put it simply, I need more time. I don't do this out of vanity. An ancient threat looms at the edge of my sight. I must remain until it is dealt with. That would be your opinion, wouldn't it? My path is clear. A Daedric pact may seem a grim choice, but I'm prepared for the consequences. Now, you adventurers love trinkets and gold, yes? I trust this will suffice. Farewell. I shall begin the summoning immediately. Lane, be ready. Zykanaz, Duke of Black Covenants, up here! By the 7 stones of your Dark Prince, you will parley with me.
Dratha, come to treat with another of Baal's servants. You will pay for this.
Silence, Daedra. Bend and heed my words. I demand immortality. Name your price.
Yes, price. There is no gift without cost, witch.
I will grant your wish, but know this. You will live in endless fear, for on a day of my master's choosing, I will come in the guise of a mortal man to claim your withered soul for Cold Harbor. There you will face an eternity of anguish, and drown forever in an icy sea of shame. Tell me, Scion of Azura, do you accept my terms?
I accept.
The covenant is made. Be seeing you, Magister.
Your actions have ensured the safety and prosperity of Telmore for years to come. Quite an accomplishment for a wiry youth. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have preparations to make. Many, many preparations. You've served me well, but you overstep. This pact is deeply personal, and I will not be second-guessed. Nothing is more precious than time. The more precious the gift, the higher the price. Ha! Ask me again in a few hundred years. Risk is the price of any worthwhile endeavor. A vigorous adventurer like you should know that already. The trick is managing that risk. And no one navigates danger better than a Telvanni master.
Welcome, Sarah. Sorry about the mess. Believe it or not, this place feels like a palace compared to my old slave quarters. With any luck, I won't stay here long. I've hatched a plan that might catapult me to the rank of House Retainer. I'm glad you asked. Retrieving scrolls and relics, gathering up roots and mushrooms. That's what the Magisters expect from hirelings. Trust me when I say nothing stunts advancement like doing the expected. Real estate. Surprised? Good. Master Firith's been making secret inquiries, looking for land near Voss. Ioki knows a farmer who may be willing to sell his plot. If I purchase the deed and give it to Firith, he might sponsor my next promotion. I know I could count on you. Here's the gold. I'll not pay a drake more than what's in that pouch. Mostly because I don't have a drake more than what's in that pouch. Ioki can provide more details. Or you can just ask around Voss yourself. Fantastic! I bought new clothes, see? And no more sharing a room with 8 other people. This space belongs to me. It's mine. Best of all, I can stop hiding. I don't have to tuck my tomes under blankets or hide scrolls in my bodice. I can just be. Of course, everyone works for the Magisters in one way or another. Hirelings occupy the lowest rung on the ladder. Aside from slaves, of course. But we can earn a wage and study in peace. We can even refuse a task if we wish. It's remarkable. I enjoyed more freedom than most, it's true. Most of the Marshborn slaves hated me for it. Called me Smokescale, Elfheart, and much, much worse. But that's all behind me now. I won. I harnessed my ambition, served my masters with loyalty and discretion, and earned my freedom. They whine like belly-sick wars and rot in chains. It doesn't get any clearer than that. I told you before, these things take time. I can't simply buy him because hirelings aren't allowed to own slaves, and I can't just set him free without jeopardizing my position in the house. This requires patience and an overabundance of caution. Archmagister Otheri. None of the other Magisters would have him. Too many escape attempts. Then there's the matter of magical aptitude. The Telvanni abhor hissed magic, and make him wear suppression manacles all the time, even when he sleeps. Doubtful. Hissed magic doesn't operate by the same rules as Telvanni spellcraft. I think that's why the Magisters hate it so much. I can't say for certain, but I doubt there's anything in Ioki's repertoire that could get him out of Sadrith Mora. From what I gather, he wants to build a new tower there. I've no idea why. Mistress Dratha essentially owns Voss, and I can tell you she does not welcome intruders. If I was mad enough to antagonize one of the Magisters, it would not be Dratha. I only need him to survive long enough to sponsor me. He won't break ground on his tower anytime soon. Plus, there's a rumor that Dratha suffers from some mysterious illness. It could be Firith's doing. You never can tell with the Telvanni.
Greetings. We must speak quickly. The overseers grow nosy and suspicious. I do. Otheri banished me to those farms for a time. I spent 30 days in the dry box and heard many things. A salt rice farmer named Barris Rendo grumbled like a sick crocodile. His wife called Voss a backwater sty. He would sell. Why do you ask? She gave you gold? I thought... My heart told me that she gathered coin to purchase my freedom. She probably seeks to parlay this into an even greater sum. I trust her judgment, even if I do not fully understand it. Good luck, my friend.
Ah, another adventurer. If you've come looking for salt rice, you'll have better luck in the market. A slim harvest, you know, and we're a bit short-handed at the moment. My son, Sathan, has gone missing, you see. You haven't run into him, have you? Wouldn't I? I gave up work as a financier in Balmora for a chance at the simple life. I love it here. But my wife, she struggles with the agrarian life. We'd jump at the chance to leave, believe me. But not before finding our boy. Yes, in an instant. Like I said, Nineveh's practically packed her bags already. If you bring back our boy, we'll sell. Sathan's always been a thrill-seeker. Probably got lost in that Daedric ruin, Esutanimus. You'll find it just east of here. It's called Esutanimus. Sathan's taken an interest in Daedric history. A waste of time if you ask me, but I do admire his enthusiasm. We spoke about the shrine just a few days before he vanished. Apparently it venerates that monster, Molag Bal. I don't go anywhere near that place. We've got enough troubles here. Lean harvests, clumsy Telvanni wizards, my wife hen-pecking me to death. No, I'll not invite some plague from the House of Troubles as well. Thank you, Seryo. Be careful, and 3 protect you.
Hey, over here! Someone without wings and razor-sharp teeth. There's a sight for sore eyes. That's me, Sathan Rendo, explorer extraordinaire. My parents are worried. Typical. My mother barely trusts me to push a broom, let alone investigate a ruin. Of course, things could be better. I've attracted the attention of some winged twilights. Every time I try to make my escape, they swoop down on my head. Well, not to hurt me, mind you. They just sort of tussle my hair with their claws and push me back into the ruins, cooing all the while. I think they see me as some kind of pet. A daring escape! You'll have to slay them, eh? Pity. Of course, I did see them tear an Ashlander apart as he wandered by, so I won't shed too many tears. I'll make a run for it. We can meet up west of here towards Voss. Be careful! to me. You're getting as bad as Mother. I'm not a child.
Believe me, I'd rather be bagging our crop. But you know how your mother is. She won't give me a moment's peace.
Fine. I just need a breather.
There you are. Sorry to check up on you. I knew you had the situation well in hand, but Nineveh practically kicked me out. Said not to come back without Sathan. I'm glad I won't be going back empty-handed. Attracted the attentions? Never mind. I don't want to know. I'll miss this place, but Vec knows I'm not much of a farmer. I'm just glad I got to thank you in person. Your partner, Myrtis, already paid me for the deed to the property. What? Oh dear. The fellow was very convincing. Caught me right before I set out to find Sathan. He wasn't much of a conversationalist, just paid me a hefty sum of gold and snatched up the deed. He set out toward Voss once we finished the sale.
Here's the deal, baby Jinrisa. Good. Deal with any loose ends.
Well, if it isn't my favorite loose end, time to tie it off.
Back so soon? Well, you're quite the negotiator. I trust you found a suitable property outside Voss. Jinrisa. Interesting. That envious hag never misses an opportunity to stick a thumb in Firith's eye. Listen carefully. I need you to acquire that deed as quickly as possible, before she makes it public that she's bought land near Voss. I suggest you use all available means. You can begin by searching the Adepts' Hall in Tel Naga. I will warn you that the Adepts' Hall is not open to outsiders. You'll need to be careful while searching for the deed so as not to raise suspicion. Jinrisa's offered us a chance to double our winnings. If we acquire the deed and embarrass her in the process, Firith's bound to support my promotion. Did you find the deed? I'd hate to think that clumsy wizard Jinrisa outnixed me on this. Oh, no. I can't do it myself. It's not subtle, or even polite. If a Telvanni just bluntly demands this thing or that service. I'm sorry to impose once again, but could you give the deed to Master Firith on my behalf? I know I've asked a lot, trust me. Payment is forthcoming. Just offer the deed to Firith and tell him that Sun in Shadow would like his written support for elevation to the rank of retainer. Make it subtle, but not too subtle, you know. Just west of here, in a place called Hanoud, Firith values his privacy, so be wary of Atronachs and traps, and don't be surprised if he's a bit eccentric. Meet me in the council hall when you return. I have a very good feeling about this.
Ugh, more visitors? I have those Atronachs out there for a reason. Can't you see there's no room? Oh, for Vec's sake, never mind. What do you want from us? Did she now? How prescient. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say, Geralt? Yes, I thought so too. I'm glad she chose to give it to me, and not that guar-faced bumbler Jinrisa. I suppose she wants something in return? These hirelings always do. Ah, yet another social climber. How tiresome. Still, exchanging a simple endorsement for valuable property seems like quite the bargain. Very well, it's a deal. Get out, be a dear, and fetch me that pen. What? Oh, fine, I'll get it myself.
What?
We will review the request soon. In the meantime, continue your studies.
Muth Sarah Sooth is most kind. I thank you. Ha! I recognize that swagger. Firith agreed to my demands, didn't he? Excellent! I ran into Councillor Angharal just a moment ago. Totally by chance, I might add. I asked her about the potential for advancement. She hedged a bit. This endorsement will make all the difference. Well, that makes two of us. I took no pleasure in spending all that coin, but as a retainer, I'll be able to double that sum before long. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a writ to deliver. Thank you again, my friend.
She is always busy these days. I worry she flirts with the flames of the sun and does not know to fear the fire. My heart and I have barely spoken. She strains her spines both day and night, poring through tomes and hatching her schemes. Her eyes are fixed on the next rank, and the next after that. I fear for her. A soul without rest grows dim as twilight. No, she has not. All to the good, I guess. A finless fish weakens the shoal. But enough about me. You, my friend, are a mighty swimmer. Seek her out in her stone-dwelling place. If I know my heart, she will certainly have a task for you.
Always pleasure to see you, Sarah. I'm glad you dropped by. I could use a friend right now. I just received a summons from the council. Typically, I'd be overjoyed. After all, I just submitted a petition for advancement to Oathman. But the council never acts on petitions this quickly. Someone's arranging pieces on the game board. I know it. If a member of the house plans to spring a trap, I need to project strength. The councilors know you've assisted me in the past. If you appear before the mouths on my behalf, it puts the Magisters and I on equal footing. It might even save my life.
My patron, Magister Gothrin, opposes any further honors for the slave girl. Oh, look. The Lizard sent a representative. Such pretensions.
Approach, emissary. You may inform your benefactress, Sun and Shadow, that the Council has elected to reject her petition.
Be sure to add that all further petitions will meet the same fate. Cats and lizards have no place in our great house.
Honestly, Relassa.
Don't worry, Relassa. The emissary will give Sun and Shadow a full account of this meeting. I have no doubt. There is no greater virtue than ambition, but I'm afraid Sun and Shadow's enthusiasm has rubbed a few of our number the wrong way. Beyond the obvious? Your friend possesses a keen mind and great natural talent. But even the great House Telvanni is not above simple prejudice. The circumstances of her birth make advancement complicated. I would counsel patience, but I have no illusions. Sun and Shadow will dismiss such advice out of hand. Her dreams can only be deferred for so long. I say only this. Whatever she plans to do, make sure she does it cautiously. Yes, Relassa hates practically everyone, but she's developed a particular distaste for Sun and Shadow. I can't tell if it's truly the will of Gothrin or just a personal vendetta. Both of them revile lesser races. A perfect match if ever there was one. Sun and Shadow will stand before us again. I only hope that it's for a promotion and not something less pleasant. Believe it or not, these meetings can go far worse. Honor to you and your house, Sarah. Farewell.
I can't believe Vox smashed St. Velos' reliquary. Thank you for helping to restore it.
Sorry, I grew tired of waiting. I received more than a few sideward glances on my way over. What happened in there? Oh, I see. Maybe I was too impatient. Requested it too soon. Damn! Did they give any reason? Was there anyone who spoke out against it? Of course it was Relassa. That pig has hated me from the start. Gothrin's not fond of Argonians, but this is clearly personal. Would you act as my emissary once more? If you go to Tel Arun and speak to Gothrin directly, maybe he can settle this. I'll answer what I can, of course. Most Telvanni magisters prefer to be left alone. They dislike and mistrust each other, so they appoint mouths to handle business outside their towers. Of course, the magister's wishes and the mouth's wishes often get tangled. It's imperfect. Just trust me, it's better this way. If the counselors had to deal with each other directly, there would be no peace in Vardenfell. You wouldn't jam a bunch of aelits into a pen together. Mages need room to stretch, room to breathe. I never said House Telvanni was perfect. We take the good with the bad. When I sit on the council, I'll put things right. How's that? Yes. When I achieve the rank of Oathman, I should be able to purchase a slave. I'll free Ioki and we'll toast to our success. That is what we've been working toward, right? I know that some of this feels a little unsavory, but it's necessary. A Telvanni mage doesn't have time to be troubled. Every day I learn something new. Every day I peel back one mystery to reveal another 10 beneath it. If this is the price of that kind of discovery, I'll pay it. Oh, that came out poorly. Never mind. Magister Guthrin reigns over Tel Arun, the fungal tower west of here. He has a sour reputation, but remains one of the most powerful mages in Tamriel. I never had cause to work for him, but Ioki did. He doesn't like to talk about it. I'd be lying if I said yes, but if there's anyone who could get through to him, it's you. Gothrin keeps a few pupils, henchmen more like. You'll probably have to get through one or two before he'll deign to speak with you. Just be careful.
Tel Arun's closed, so piss off, you little scamp. You got Nick spit in your ears? Tel Arun's closed. Jog off, you fetching nchow. Yeah? Well, I need a stiff drink and a good plow, but you don't see me knocking on strangers' doors belly-aching about it. Magister Gothrin's not seeing any visitors. Not today, not tomorrow, and not next week. So shove off, go-off-face. That's a couple minutes too many. Now clear off my stoop, you flat-headed swit.
This one heard you arguing with that foul-mouthed dark elf. Kismar can help. This one likes to help. Maybe you can help Kismar too. Telvanni lands could use some kindness, yes? This one's knees ache. Kismar is too old to slip away. But a little distraction might help the other Jakajit escape Tel Arun. This one left some crates of dried salt rice on the dock. Fine kindling, yes? A little fire might catch the slave master's attention. Then my Jakajit can slip away. When you return, Kismar will ask the dungy guards to help fight the blaze, you see? Even Kismar's battered nose can smell the wood smoke from here. Good work, Walker. This one will shout and wave his arms and run in circles. If Kismar tells the guards Slave Master Arenem needs their help, they will scamper off like beetles under a lantern. Everyone fears Arenem, even the guards. Ha! No, All Kismar needs to do is take off his blue shirt and put on a red shirt. This one has served Gothrin for many years, but the Dark Elves still cannot tell us apart. Funny, yes? Moons protect you in the tower. The Master hates surprises. Surios, a fire burns on the docks. Slave Master Arenum shouts many foul words. Hurry!
Dumark's blood. All right, come on.
Giravel, I've had enough of your excuses. Relassa made your task plain. Find those thieves.
I'm sorry, Magister. It will be done.
Whatever it is you want, talk to my cringing assistant.
Ah, greetings. I'm sorry you had to see that. Magister Gothrin is really quite charming once you get to know him. Honestly, he wouldn't have yelled if Relassa's little snoop, Captain Giravel, hadn't interfered. Ah, that. I'm sorry, but Relassa is determined to keep your Argonian from advancing. Typical. I should be mouth. Say, I might have an idea. The thieves Muthsera Gothrin mentioned fled to Shashpilamat. Could you retrieve the goods they stole? Spoken like a true Telvanni. If you bring the goods to me in Sadrith Mora, I'll take credit for their safe return. Relassa's gone to great lengths to discredit me, you see. My Muthsera knows this. If I succeed, he'll see that I am the fitter servant. Muthsera Gothrin will undoubtedly promote me to mouth. Then, in exchange for your help, I'll support your Argonian's petition. One good turn and all that. What do you say? I can't wait to see the look on Relassa's face when Muthsera Gothrin strips her of her title. And the groveling will be delicious. Of course. What can the future mouth of Muthsera Gothrin help you with? A great many things, I'm sorry to say. They pilfered an ancient tome, a rare pendant, and a purse full of gold. Of course, my master was most aggrieved by the loss of several slaves. Strong workers, all. Muthsera Gothrin is sick with worry. No, of course not. I didn't mean to assume. Truth be told, I've always been a fierce but very quiet proponent of beast rights. If you return the tome, pendant, and gold, I think Muthsera Gothrin will still promote me, albeit with a heavy heart. Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a good chance the missing slaves stole Muthsera Gothrin's property before fleeing Tel Arun. Ropefish and other people smugglers sometimes accept magicked items as payment. I'm sure I wouldn't know. My master has a kind and gentle disposition, but children sometimes need discipline, yes? It would really be Slave Master Arenum's prerogative. Unfortunately, she can be irascible. You should know by now that Telvanni alliances often start as fluid affairs. Not that our relationship is fluid. What we've got going here? Rock solid. Sun and Shadow's intentions align with my own. It only makes sense that we should be partners.
Who are you? What do you want? You stink of incense and hookah smoke.
Did that beast Gothran send you? We are not goods. Zashanti and her friends prepare to leave this cursed island. No more lashings, no more bitter food. Only the light of the moons drifting across the Topal Sea. We only took Gothran's belongings to pay the smugglers. Bright moons. This one thanks you, Walker. We stored Gothran's trinkets in crates nearby. The smugglers will groan at their absence, but we would rather face the wilds alone than go back to Tel Arun. Wait, what was that noise?
Greetings, Outlander. Cetera Relassa sends her regards. Gathering up these slaves on our own would have been exhausting.
No, no, no.
Damned cats! You lot are going back to Tel Arun. Move out!
You heard the captain. Get moving, Kerr.
No, Darsha will not go!
Darsha is free at last.
Don't kick yourself over Relassa outmaneuvering you. Trust me, you never had a chance. Of course, you didn't think she'd let that flat-headed Aerith outnix her, did you? Oh, and don't bother looking for those other stolen goods. My troops have the situation well in hand. Thanks for all your help, Noir. So long.
Once again, it's been a pleasure. Farewell, Sun and Shadow.
There you are. I'm glad you're back. I just had a fruitful conversation with our friend Aerith. Seems that I'm not the only one Relassa's holding back. I think it might be time for a less conventional strategy. I underestimated Relassa. I see that now. She plays the game far better than I do. The only way to win a game like this is to eliminate the player. I know how it sounds. I take no pleasure in it. It's just an unfortunate necessity. Half the Telvanni hierarchy arranged an opening at some point in their rise to power. If you deal with Relassa, Aerith takes her place. It's the best play, Sarah. I knew you'd see reason. Trust me, no one deserves this fate more than Relassa. You may have a Telvanni's heart after all. Aerith told me that Relassa entered her room in the council house just a few minutes ago. Good luck, my friend. Be discreet.
Oh, the lizard thinks she can kill me? Come on, then. I'll have her skin for gloves. After I deal with you, of course.
It's done? Thank you, Sarah. Not many people would take a life for their friends. At least I hope we're friends. The house? It makes it difficult to tell sometimes. Aerith and I spoke just moments ago. Things should move quickly. Aerith assures me that the council will accept my petition now. So yes, I'd call this a success. Hopefully no one will give me cause to do this again in the future. Once again, you have my thanks, Sarah. I hope you will consider working with me again. I admit our handling of the Relassa situation was stressful for both of us. I hope we can move past it, though, as friends. Come visit me sometime. I'll make it up to you, all right? I bought some very fine Khajiit tea I've been dying to try. This may surprise you, but the higher I climb, and the more powerful I become, the lonelier it gets. A true Telvanni life always involves some seclusion. But I value our friendship and Ioki's affection. I'd hate to lose either of you.
Is someone there? Help! I've been tied up! Oh, thank the aid. To oblivion with these damned mages. No amount of gold is worth this kind of treatment. Sun and Shadow asked me to come measure her for a new dress. Soon after I arrived, a pack of Telvanni thugs burst through the door and dragged her off. One of them shouted something about Tel Arun. That's all I know. Please, just set me free!
Hello? Anyone home? Oh, scrib jelly. Too late. Yes, well, I came to warn Sun and Shadow, but it seems I arrived too late. I guess I should warn you too. My most benevolent master, Muthsera Gothrin, is disgruntled. Oh yes, peeved, in the extreme. Magister Gothrin promoted me to Mouth, but he still grieves for Relassa. As you know, grief often gives way to anger. Apparently his gentle disposition has limits when it comes to assassinating his servants. Pity I didn't get here sooner. I thought perhaps with time his fury might abate. I'd make all haste to tell Arun if I were you. Muthsera Gothrin respects courage and candor. If you speak to him directly, you might receive better treatment. You go on ahead. I'll wait here for a bit. Best we're not seen together. No offense.
Eminently predictable, you and your lizard cohort. Ah, the murderer appears. I should thank you for saving me the trouble of hunting you down. Watching you peasants struggle against the inevitable is exhausting. Don't waste my time with flimsy pretense. Did you really think you could kill my mouth and get away with it? I see all. Your clumsy intrigue is no exception. If you wish to save your life and that of your friend, you will perform a task for me. Magister Otheri made a discovery some weeks ago. A relic, or some dwarven device perhaps. He refuses to share the details, so I am compelled to take those details by force. Steal his notes from Tel Naga, and deliver them to my new mouth, Aerith. Magisters care little for the limits of morality, me least of all. I try to avoid turning people into shambling masses of screeching tumors, but in this case I could make an exception. At the very least, your scaled friend will die in chains. That depends on what information you retrieve. If it's useful, we can discuss the terms of the lizard's freedom. That's as much of a promise as you'll get from me. Be grateful I am giving you a chance to rectify the wrong you've done me.
There you are! I knew my master would show you mercy. Do you have something for me? Well done. I think my master wants to speak with you himself. Try not to make him angry, all right?
Well, it's about time. Come, servant. You retrieved the journal. That was competent. Ah, yes, this is Otheri's journal. His penmanship has gotten even worse. So, it's a dwarven artifact then? A merged tonal prism? My, that does sound intriguing. Seems he tucked it away in his Kwama mine, Zalkin Sul. You will fetch it for me. I said nothing of the sort. If your work pleases me, I may deign to release your friend and forget your misdeeds. But make no mistake, Noir. I've given you no word to keep. Go to Zalkin Sul, acquire the prism, then bring it to me in Tel Arun.
Oh, where am... Oh dear. Just give me a moment. Well, that could have gone worse. Ugh. Channeling spells always gives me dry mouth. Isn't that weird? Oh yes, I mean, Muthsera Gothrin expects unwavering obedience, but on the whole, it's been a delight. I know he's treated you poorly, but isn't his candor refreshing? I can't begrudge you that. Were I in your position, I'd probably need a good sulk too. Not that you're sulky or anything. Oh, you know what I mean. About as much as you, I wager. Quama nest there, tending to their eggs and what have you. It probably smells bad too. Well, the Zolkin-Sul cave network strays very close to an ancient dwarven stronghold called Zonchant. Otheri's miners might have stumbled upon an entrance to the ruin, so keep an ear out for clanking.
Hey, you need something? Sure is. You looking for work? Nah, you're the adventurous type. Only time you'll lift a pick is to bash in some beastie's skull, am I right? Of course I am. What brings you out here to the arse end of nowhere? Well, it isn't locked. Go ahead and take a peek. Might want to keep it quiet, though. Don't want Otheri's guards spotting you, trust me. They keep things locked down tighter than my fat auntie's bodice. Sure, I've got a few minutes. Yeah, who am I kidding? I've got plenty of time. What do you want to know? Other than Otheri's guards, we have cave-ins every now and then. Unruly slaves and such. Then there's Mazanchant. But I'm sure you're not interested in that. Ash, getting your eyes on the way here? You can't miss those gloomy old dwarf towers. The way I hear it, Mazanchant ruins cut right under the mine. Plenty of treasure down there just waiting to be plucked. That's what I've heard, anyway. Just stretching my legs. And keeping an eye out for Magister Otheri. You know these Telvanni, always barging in without warning and throwing their weight around. Come to think of it, he's been visiting more often than usual. I wonder why. Yeah. Well, honestly, I mostly just act like I'm working. Pace the same and you sweat a lot less. Stuck-up dark elves, ash storms, slave labor pushing down wages. What's not to like? I shouldn't bellyache. It is what it is, and I need the coin. Got to take the opportunities where you find them. Crazy machine, eh? Figured you'd find it quickly enough. I knew you weren't interested in Quama Caves. One of those black-hearted magisters sent you to filch this thing, am I right? I've got a proposition. I can tell you what little I know and give you a key to Mazanchant. In exchange, you give me any notes you find in there. Anything about how it was built, what it does, anything. Got a nice offer from an interested party. Well, that does make things easier. Gold's gold, right? So, Otheri locked the crystal in place and took certain parts of the machine so no one else could turn the damn thing off. We need those parts to turn off the machine and get the crystal. The parts you need are somewhere in Mazanchant, but I'm not sure where. I spent a lot of time watching Otheri. From what I can tell, you'll need a crank, A spur gear, one of the smaller pistons, and some kind of handle. Sure. I've been keeping a sharp eye on O'Terry ever since he set up shop in here. I still don't know what the damn thing does, but I'll tell you what I can. Prism? Oh, right. Now I see it. I guess he found it in the ruin, yeah? All kinds of dwarven antiques in there, along with the parts you need. I think he hides the pieces to keep us from nabbing the crystal. The paranoid old skeever. Sorry, but I skipped school the day they taught dwarf machine magic. Got no idea, friend. I could hazard a guess. Looks a little like my pa's old jaw harp. So maybe it makes music or something. Some kind of death music, I bet. Damn dwarfs. A rascal like me has to look out for his own interests, right? O'Terry dropped his key a few days back. I grabbed it and made a wax mold while he wasn't looking. Didn't take long to make a rough copy. You've got to jiggle it a bit, but it works. Don't let some dwarven trap slice you up, eh?
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
The mine's collapsed. The Kwama are... What is this thing? Never mind. Get out of here, through the east mine.
You didn't get yourself killed? That's promising.
Ugh, what's that I smell? Grease and Kwama dung? Let's make this quick, Noir. I won't have you soiling my rugs any longer than necessary. The prism. Do you have it? Well, that is a surprise. I do hope this isn't some cheap forgery, for your sake. Ah, some kind of merged tonal prism. A lively one, too. Fascinating. I do hope that fool O'Terry didn't damage it. He's almost as clumsy as you. Vexhead, do you still labor under the delusion that you have some power in this place? It's hardly worth discussing. I've grown tired of our little chats. You completed the task I set before you. You can have your lizard back.
Sarah, I cannot thank you enough for helping me. I wasn't sure if I'd ever leave Tel Arun alive. I'm sorry. I know I've asked too much of you. Sage advice. I've had my fill of schemes for now. I plan to dedicate myself to my studies and try to patch things up with Ioki. The last time I saw him, I said some hurtful things. Again, thank you. Next time you're in Sadrith Mora, come visit. I am a free mage of House Telvanni. You had no right to imprison me.
You presume to lecture me? You, who conspired to kill my servant. Thank whatever scaly gods you worship that I didn't rend the flesh off your back and feed you to the tower's roots. Cross me again, and your life is forfeit. We're done here.
Begone.
I always thought my worst humiliations were behind me. I guess I was wrong. Yes, well, I will be languishing in Gothrin's slave pens. It took me back to darker times. Reminded me of the risks and my good fortune up to this point. Perhaps I've been pushing too hard. I have a great deal to think about. I'll return to Sadrith Mora and continue my studies. Talk to Ioki. Bury myself in a good novel. Come and visit. It would be great just to sit and talk for a while as friends. I still owe you that cup of tea, right?
You return escaping Khajiit to that beast Gothrin. And now I hear about our eggkin crushed in the Zalkin Sul mine. I thought I understood you, but I do not.
Ioki, wait! I'm trying to be strong enough for the both of us. Ioki berated me because the Zalkin Sul cave-in killed some miners. You stole the prism to save us from Magister Gothrin. I suffered humiliation in a cage while you did what was necessary. Is that so wrong? No, of course not. I care deeply for Ioki. I want to help him, but I can't save everyone. I serve House Telvanni. I am Telvanni. He must understand that the house traditions may bend, but they will not break. I've never seen him so angry. I certainly hope not. But if he's lost faith in our plan, anything's possible. Ioki won't listen to me, but he might still heed your counsel. Would you talk to him? The Magisters will only tolerate so much defiance. If he makes another attempt...
I knew she would send you. Know that I do not blame you for your role in all this. We are, both of us, victims of Telvanni lies. This place deadens the soul, pure and impure alike. Now, let me guess. My heart sent you to counsel patience, yes? No Saxliel reaches for a branch beyond their grasp, but all the waiting, all the compromises, my patience rushes downriver. My companions and I must get a message to the ropefish. Will you help? The ropefish are people smugglers, led by an orc named Kartag. I had hoped to work with him directly. Unfortunately, we must deal with one of his lieutenants, Bothamul. You must deliver the message before our distraction can begin. We can discuss the distraction soon. First, we cast the lure and hook the fish. Go to the inn and look for an orc named Atarga. Approach her, say Vasamsi mine, and give her this payment. Deal only with Atarga. Hist protect you. Ask what you wish, but speak quickly. I feel the slave master's eyes on me. It is a forgetting place, where the noblest slaves labor until they die. That beast, Gothrin, hires thugs and murderers to guard it. They whip and kick and curse without restraint, without mercy. We aim to free those slaves. If I were, we would not have met. No one ever leaves Vasamsi. Even so, some of my friends are imprisoned there. I thought if Sun and Shadow freed me quickly, I could snatch them up on the way out of Vardenfell. Now I see that she does not care. There was a time when that made a difference, but now it does not. My spines wilt at the idea of leaving her, but she does not understand me. Slave-born Lukiel cannot hear the hist. She does not know me. She does not even know herself. They have a good reputation for getting the job done, as long as you have the gold to pay. Bothamul asks a high price, but we have few choices. We pooled our resources. Many small fish can feed a whale, yes? The Telvanni see us as beasts, almost too stupid to push a broom. We use that to our advantage. I never thought I would be a thief, but given the circumstance, I feel no remorse. The primary contact between the slaves of Sadrith Mora and the ropefish. She drinks like an eel, but we trust her. That is more than I can say for some of the other smugglers around here.
This stuff is good. Sujama.
Maybe you've had enough, Sujama.
How much has she had? Sujama kicks like a bow-legged Ichater. Let her sleep it off.
Come on, Atarga. Aim for the stairs.
So many stairs. Wait, I was supposed to do something.
I don't like drinking with strangers. Tusk off. Atarga's drunk as sanguine on Sundas. Won't get nothing but puke and bad jokes out of her. She told me why she was here. Dragging a few slaves across the border, eh? You give me the payment and I'll let the boss know. Savvy? Fine, lug that gold to Bothamul yourself. No skin off my tusks. Camp's near Gothrin's place. Tell Arun. I'll even mark your map, seeing as we're fit to be partners soon. Keep your gob shut about Atarga getting sauced, eh? One headache's enough.
My friend, over here. Well, this is a coincidence. I came for a bottle of dry white. What brought you here? Have you spoken to Ioki yet? No! Yes, forgive me. I just couldn't keep pacing around the house gnawing my claws. Is Ioki all right? What did he say? He's not planning to do something foolish, is he? Bossumsey? You mean Gothrin's slave prison? What in the name of... I know he distrusts me now, but you can't let him do this. If the truth of our relationship gets back to the council, I'll go to the mine. Maybe I can talk him out of this.
Should have given me that gold at the inn, runt.
Yeah, you need something? If not, you might want to clear off. We're doing a little business here, and it ain't exactly legal. Indisposed? Fancy talk for drunk as a boiled owl, right? Moloch's jawbone. She loves her drink, but she always stays sober on the job. Something stinks here. Maybe we should call this off. Logdabash. I'd bet my left tusk on it. I hope you gave her and that witless pig Hasbor a good kick in the teeth. Now we're better off without them. So let's get on with this. You with Ioki and his friends? Good. I should ask for a lot more than this. Vasamsi makes the inside of a Wamasu look homey by comparison. But a deal's a deal, eh? Tell Ioki we'll be there as agreed. The mine's east of here. Just steer clear of Gothrin's thugs, alright?
Your presence warms my scales, egg friend. Our companions in the mine know we are coming. We equipped ourselves as best we could. Now we strike. First, we must deal with the guards, especially the ones who linger near the entrance. If they raise the alarm, the slave master will descend on us like a hungry hackwing. Renisi thinks we should knock them out. Osri suggests we show no mercy. Renisi acquired a crate of powder bombs. Toss one near a guard and they should fall unconscious. Killing less guards might lessen the Magister's fury, making it easier to escape. But who knows? Free our friends and watch out for the guard captain. Osri spent many long weeks in the dry box beneath Tel Arun. Some of his closest friends died here in Vasamsi. His spines bristle with thoughts of revenge. I do not blame him. Slay the guards, free our people, and watch out for the guard captain. Renisi acquired a crate of powder bombs. Toss one near a guard and they should fall unconscious. Killing less guards might lessen the Magister's fury, making it easier to escape. But who knows? Free our friends and watch out for the guard captain. Good. I will follow you and help steer slaves toward the exit. If all goes as planned, we will all leave together. One last thing. We must be careful to avoid drawing the eye of Slave Master Arenim. You will never face a more ruthless mage. Sun and shadow?
Ioki, the way we left things was... Please don't go.
I must. You and I share a heart, but our souls chur different songs. This cannot last. But before you go, you must see how your Telvanni treat our kin. Please, come into the mine and see how they live, how they die.
Fine. I will do this for you, but then I must go.
Ioki, be careful. We'll keep an eye out for any movement from Tel Arun.
Proceed with caution, egg friend. The guard captain lurks nearby. I can feel it.
Ioki, what are you doing? Are those bodies?
Come, see how your Telvanni masters treat their slaves.
Ioki, this is madness! You'll get me killed!
Intruders! I'll fetch the slave master!
The slaves are revolting! To arms! Cut them down!
Rally, my friends. Make your escape.
I want to leave, now!
Make your escape!
I want to leave, now!
Do not be afraid. I will make sure you reach the boat safely.
Boat? I'm not getting on any boat!
Hart, you are coming with us. In time, you will thank me.
How dare you! Help! I'm being kidnapped!
I'm trying to save you.
Ah! The leaders of this pathetic revolt! You will pay
you fool!
dearly!
I'm a Telvanni mage! They were kidnapping me!
Maybe they should try that.
I can't believe what just happened. That filthy elf was going to kill me, a Telvanni mage. And Ioki sought to drag me off like a prisoner. How could he do such a thing? Has he lost his mind? I will, of course I will. I just need a moment to think. I could let him go, perhaps I should. But why? He brings me joy and comfort, doesn't he? When he's not kidnapping me, that is. Why would I give that up if I didn't have to? Maybe, but if I let him go, I'll never see him again. The one person who truly cares about me, gone. No more silly hissed poems. No more wildflower bouquets. Nothing. He'll forgive me. It will just take time, right? Please, help me decide. Ioki, you can leave if you want. I won't stop you.
The house will betray you, Sun and Shadow. On that day, I hope you think of what we could have had.
I need a moment. We can talk outside.
May your soul return to the Hist, my friend.
We can mourn later, Ioki. We have to go.
Go. I will follow in a moment. We escaped, but not without loss. This place, it does nothing but break things. It nearly broke me. Both Amul and his ropefish will ferry us to the coast, then load us into a fishing boat. With luck, we will reach the mainland, then take the long road back to Blackmarsh, to home. I thank you for all you've done, but I fear I will never be the same. The scars may fade. The pain in my limbs may melt away. My soul, though. My soul feels like it is drowning. I thought myself better than the Dark Elves, purer. But in the end, I tried to take what I wanted by force, just like they do. It does. Perhaps with time, we may all learn to forgive ourselves. Farewell, my friend. I hope we meet again someday.
I feel as if my heart is breaking. How could I let him leave me? I suppose I did, but it brings me no joy. Little wonder that other members of my house do the wrong thing so often. Thank you for all you've done, Sarah. I will never forget your loyalty and friendship. I'll need to keep my lies straight. I see a long, grueling audience with the council ahead of me. I try to pick up the pieces of my broken heart and continue my studies. Letting Ioki go was agony, but you were right. This is better for both of us. I spent so much time trying to earn his affection and prove my loyalty. Now I can truly focus. The game, my role in the house, my future as a magister, all of it. Perhaps when I've reached my full potential, I'll seek Ioki out again. See the world, you know. Until then, I live the life of a Telvanni. I'll need to keep my lies straight. I see a long, grueling audience with the council ahead of me.